I ain't drunk. I'm just drinking.
But you're so high.
Oh man, you know I ain't high.
But you're so high.
Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then.
But you're so high.
You ought to be ashamed of
Stay
yourself.
drunk all
Oh,
the
come on now,
time.
you all don't feel like that.
Hey kids, how are you? Happy Friday night. Bam. It has been a long week. You notice I start that every video with "it's been a long fucking week." I think it's just the older you get. I don't know if time just doesn't go as fast or whatever. But anyway, this is a special modification video, if you will. A couple weeks ago I did a review. Man, not a review. I don't do reviews. I do overviews. Overviews are basically something that I like, I buy. This is what it is. This is why I like it. This is why I don't. And you ever have one of those things where you build something, and I do a lot of builds. I build a lot of stuff for friends. I do a lot of stuff that I just sell and, you know, things like that, and builds for myself. I do like 4 or 5 builds a week sometimes. And you ever do a build where it's just like you've built something and it's like it just doesn't sit right? Like, you should have used different guts or something like that. As you guys know, I'm a Moka nut. I love the Moka Simplex. Bam! Look at that. Green Cobras. Badass. And then the Moka Simplex Pro. This is the all-carbon. And I do my headhunter configuration, as we know, where my motors are flipped upside down in the back. Great stuff. Love it. Anyway, I did an overview a couple weeks ago on the Moka Simplex Pro carbon foam, which is the one that's got the foam in the middle. And loved it, and I built it, and I put, what did I put in there? T-Motors, Omnibus, blah, 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 all in one ESC. And, so, you know, I got it built, and I sat it on the bench, and, you know, I did the little video for you guys, and I'm like, yeah, something's just not kosher. And I talked with the owner of Moka quite a bit, and great guy, we're good friends, and I love his products. Like I've told you guys before, I don't do corporate sponsory type of stuff. I just, if I find a company, especially a small company that makes good stuff like Farview, Moka, and, you know, a couple of these other cats, I'll do anything I can in my power, my very small amount of power, to help them out. And those of you that are my friends out there that watch the channel, you saw me and Lincoln David do the Patriot build, the Patriot Bird, you know, the American flag Moka with the headhunter configuration upside down. So anyway, Al over at Moka, he's like, you know, check out my frame and try building it right and flying it the right way. You know, with the motors mounted the way they're supposed to be. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that for you, because I've been building headhunter style configurations for like a year and a half. And I'm going to do that because, yeah, maybe I'm missing something good. So, but what I did, I wanted to change the guts that I used in that bird. So I did. I didn't even fly the damn thing. I put T-motors in it and all that stuff. Fuck it. I tore it all apart again. And I made the hyper mod. Okay? The hyper mod is, now this is the way this Moka Simplex Pro is supposed to look. Motors are on the top. Oh shit. See? You'd think I'd edit that out, but I'm not gonna. This is how I like them, and this is how Moka designs them, which is fine. I mean, it's a bad looking bird this way. It looks like a hover ship or something. It's like, bam, look at that. And I already did the review on the frame, so I'm not gonna sit here and go over it and be like, hey, let's do it all over again. I'm not gonna do that shit, because tomorrow my plan is to test fly this thing. But the thing that I changed, the reason I'm calling this the hyper mod, is because I put the Hypertrain motors on this piggy. Beautiful. What are these things? 2306, 2450 kV. They are light as snot. I mean, they are just fucking, forget about it. I mean, yeah, I can't even, very, very light. And I want you to see, I haven't tightened these down yet. Check this out. Let me take this prop off. Boop, 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 boop. Look at that. Look. That is awesome. Look at those stators. I mean, that is just, looks like a frickin' World War II Wankel engine or something. That's just, bad to the bone. So we got the Farview antenna on there, and I wanted to try the Hypertrain, so I ordered them, and I'm like, man, when am I going to put these on? Because I got 2 or 3 more builds coming up like in the next week that I'm going to show you guys a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to gut that bird, and I'm going to, even though I never even flew it with the T-motors, those T-motors are badass, man. Those are great motors. And it had a great flight controller. It had an Omnibus F7, and it had a, what was a Lumineer all-in-one ESC or something like that, but it was nice gear. So I gutted that bird, this one, never even flew it, put that stuff in the Patriot build, which is the Patriot, it's not Patriot build, the Patriot, the red, white, and blue one. And I put the new Hypertrain motors on this with the new Omnibus F4 all-in-one flight controller. It has the built-in, BEX, built-in OSD, built-in power distribution board. We're using a VTX03 transmitter in there for our camera power. We're using the Runcam Micro Swift 2 far view antenna, of course. Don't leave home without that. And obviously Tyrannus and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's see what the scale that tells no lies says. Boom, boom, boom. This is all up. The only thing that's missing is the battery cable. 261. Damn, that's a nice little bird. Now, just one disclaimer. This bird does not come with an American flag hood. When I built the Patriot last week, my brother Lincoln David, and he and I are going to do some more builds. We were talking about it today, and I'm like so excited. Lincoln, for those of you that did not watch the Patriot build, that's the American flag dip. I should have grabbed it out of the house. I keep that one in the house. That one's not in the garage. He is an automotive painter by trade, professional. You know, he went to school for it, phenomenal. And him and Gary did the hydro dip for 2 quads that I got. And anyway, he and I are going to do some more birds that are hydro dipped. And one of the things that I've been doing, I'm actually selling a lot of my personal birds out of the fleet that I have, just so I can get more stuff off and across the bench for you guys, because I don't like corporate sponsors. I don't like, you know, I like to pick the corporations that I do stuff with. I don't let them pick me. And so one of the things I'm doing is, you know, selling stuff and moving stuff around and whatever else. So a lot of my friends have been buying some quads from me, and this will probably be one of them. Honestly, I might sell this one too. But yeah, this nose was the test nose that Lincoln and Gary did to make sure the hydro dip was going to work. So I decided, you know what, that's pretty fucking cool. We're going to do it like this. So there we go. Tomorrow, I am going to, I don't care how cold it is, I'm going to go out and test fly this baby. And I'm also going to try to get the this one tested too. We'll see what happens with that. I want to swap the motors out. I actually might be putting the T60s on this one. So anyway, that's the Moka Berserker, because I need to do a flight test on that as well. Neat little bird. But headhunters, which I call them a headhunter, nobody else does, but the Simplex Pro and the Simplex, absolutely love them. So I can't wait to fly this. And because my brother at Moka is like, you need to just, you know, I know you love that headhunter crap, and that's not the way I designed it, but you like to fly your shit upside down. And I think that's it. You know, when I crash, you know, I can't tell if it's right side up or not. You know, you're flying one of these things, you're like, bam, look, it's still right side up. So it gets me out of, you know, saying I fucking crashed it. But anyway, I promised him, I said, dude, you know what? You're the designer, not me. I am going to take your bird, build it the proper way, and if I like it better than my headhunter, she's going to stay this way. And if I don't, I'm going to flip the arms back upside down. Or I'm sorry, the motors. He don't care, you know. It's all, that's the wonderful thing about this hobby, sport, whatever you want to call it. There's so much room for interpretation. The things that you can do, it's just, you know, pretty much freaking endless. So again, absolutely awesome, beautiful, gorgeous bird. So very light. We'll slap a battery strap on there. One of the things I do recommend to you guys, just a little quick tip. When you're doing your flight controller and you're putting into your nylon standoffs, if you're running a battery strap through the center, like right here, what I do recommend you do is take M3 steel bolts and put them in here instead of using the nylon. Because when you do crash and you go down like that, I have had the battery strap shear the plastic screws, and then you have to take the whole damn thing apart. It's just, it's as painful as watching Bardwell. I mean, you don't want to do that. So I'm going to take these out and put metal ones in there. Yeah, you guys know me. I never prepare for nothing. So we're going to do that right now. Because I want to talk about a couple of other things that were with the Moka. It's just a freaking bad little bird. I think one of the things, and I want everybody's, where the fuck's my screwdriver? Everybody's opinion on this. And I know there's not many people that fly headhunter configurations. I think that's kind of my thing. Like I said in a video once before, I'm sure I didn't invent it, but I don't see them too terribly often. I get better flight time with a headhunter style where these motors here are flipped upside down. Not a ton, maybe 35, 40 seconds from what I've noticed. And I'm not all Bardwell about it. I don't sit there and, as my buddy Buzz would say, Ted, he'd, I don't know, get all Bardwell-esque about it. You know, I think it's really cute. But yeah, I get 30, 45 seconds more. And I've got some theories on that. And I think they're right. I'm pretty good with physics. So I think that's, I know why. It's a push-pull effect. But whatever. A little bit more flight time. I love the way they handle, the way the control is. And you know what? Moka might be totally right and be saying, yeah, this is just the shit. Because what Moka says, my buddy Al up there, he says that you have a lot less undisturbed airflow when you're set up like this, because you're staggered on the props, which I do not disagree with. I know he's totally right on that. But I am, when you go into headhunter on the rear end, you are, you know, when your props are upside down, you're pulling the air over the arms and creating a vortex versus pushing it and creating chaos. So, I don't know. We're going to find out. So there, bam, steel screws, a little bit better. And that's not a Moka thing. That's just a quad thing. The Betaflight F4 flight controller is pretty sweet. I don't like, it's the first time I've ever used it. I haven't flown it yet, but it's a flight controller. I don't love, the one thing I don't like about it is I had to solder the motor wires on the bottom side of the board, the power leads coming in. I don't know if you can see how this is routed. And it's wired underneath there. And I don't like that. I like my shit to be surface mounted. It does save room though. Looks like they've got gold-plated connectors on there. It's a quality board. It's nice. Comes with 0 instructions, 0 diagrams, blah, blah, blah. But as far as I can tell, it looks like a really nice flight controller. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll take it out for a fly tomorrow in the fucking cold-ass weather that we're having up here in the Midwest. And we'll see what happens. So, anyway, guys, sorry I've been gone for a while. I'm going to get some more videos up. Maybe even another one tonight. We'll see. And tomorrow, hopefully, I'm going to slap a GoPro probably on the top. Yeah, and get you guys some flight footage of this and let you know what I think this versus, and I might take both of these babies out. Depends on how cold it is, because I'm a pretty big pussy when it comes to cold. And fly the headhunter, because this one doesn't have as hot of motors. This has sunny skies on it, but you still get the same principle. You know, which one's going to be better. And I'll give you my opinions. I know a lot of my friends are building headhunters like this or are going to experiment with them. And again, it's all about interpretation, about what you want. Headhunters look cool, but this looks cool. This looks like a little hovercraft type of thing. It's really freaking nice. It's an extremely robust frame. This frame, it's just, I love them. And I have to stop myself thinking, well, every bird I fly is gonna be a headhunter, and that's kind of boring. But you know, whatever. See, don't forget to tighten your shit, kids, like I did. I built this at my desk in the house, and I was doing some work today, so I didn't quite finish up. But she's all set up on Betaflight. Got to test the FPV. Other than that, she's ready to rock and roll. Bam! So, I'll catch you tomorrow, kids. Keep shining side up. Bam! Take care. Bye.
Bam, JJ! Bam, JJ! Hope you like fishing.